Welcome back, fans of StarCraft from around the world. You're joining us here for SPL, and things are all tied up between CJ Entis and KT Rolster.
Yeah, first, we could say that both games have been surprises so far. As we, I love Hero's face farm here. It's not his face, it's like a claw on his face. And then TY is like, oh.
Yeah, TY looks really depressed. I like Lennox's victory pose too.
I can't even tell if that's a victory pose.
It looks like he's holding 2 popsicles. That's what comes into my mind. Absolutely nothing else for sure. Guys, we're gonna jump into Zest versus Hush. That should be a really fun PvP on Dusk Towers.
Oh yeah, as I mentioned before we went to our commercial break, Hush versus Zest did play against each other on this very same map last round, and that was a really crazy game with a lot of disruptive play. I hope we get to see the same thing happen here today at the SPL, but obviously Zest is the best, I think is the best player in the world at the moment.
Yeah, it's between him and Dark. After seeing his games on Saturday, I was very inspired. This guy is just so clean, and just the way that he held it all in, but also he played like the perfect straight-up macro game against Sue, another really great Zerg player. And he just looks so clean nowadays.
And as good as Zest is, I'm actually surprised he's only got MVP once so far, so.
Yeah.
He is like one of the most winningest players so far in Pro League. And we see the records here, 2-1 in favor of Zest in PvP. And Hush, his only loss has been that game against Zest.
I know you like the Pentagons.
Yeah, the Pentagons are very sad.
Yeah.
And I still don't understand why the 0 has to have a bit of color.
I don't know, just to show the color, you know.
And looks like
it's almost like he's got like 0.01 of a win against Zest or something.
As no surprises here with the predictions. Everyone voting for Zest. I think Zest is the heavy favorite, but as we saw previous game, anything can happen.
Yep, anything can happen. Hush meditating before the game. Let's see if that helps him here in game number 3 on Dusk Towers. Up here in the top right, in the red, Protoss player, it is Hush.
And spawning here at the bottom side of Dusk Towers, we have our blue Protoss. It is Zest.
Determined as always.
Determined, always looking handsome. I don't think I've actually seen a day where he hasn't looked handsome at all.
No days where he's looked unhandsome.
Yeah.
Is what you're trying to say. Quick probe coming across the map. Hello.
They can't hear us, they don't have headsets.
Hello. Hello. Maybe if I say it loud enough. So I think this probe is going to be for a gas steal.
Yeah. Oh no, he's trying to counteract that probe there, but yeah, it will definitely be for a gas steal. But will Hush wall this off? Yes, he does. So no gas steal here from Zest.
Really,
and he's actually got a wall off with another pylon there. That's actually quite an interesting move there from Zest. Generally, you want to wall it off with either the Cybernex core or another gateway, but looks like he wants to get that quick pylon out.
Yeah, just want to make sure 100% that the gas cannot be stolen. Takes both gases as well, both players do. And we will be having a straight-up game here.
Looks like this person's coming to the Saturday. I saw Saturday, that's about it.
No, like fight just like he did on
Saturday, yeah. Oh, cheers, that was last Saturday as well.
Exactly.
What am I talking about? Yeah. As is
got there eventually, GTR. Yeah. It's okay.
I'm learning. As his probe's actually doing a bit of damage to that pylon. Can you check how much health is on that pylon? It actually might die to this probe.
It's. I don't think it'll die. Yeah, the probe's gonna come back.
Oh, probe's hiding here. Let's see who's the victor. Who's your money on?
Hush.
Hush. Yeah. Okay, my money's on Hush now.
That's not fair, GTR. You saw how it was gonna happen.
As looks like Hush is gonna get that Nexus up. He's actually not gonna get any units before getting that Nexus. Bit of a greedy build here, but
interesting. We see a very, very fast Mothership core from Zest.
And we get the Mothership core out from Hush as well. So Hush is actually slightly ahead with this build. Gonna get that one Zealot to probably scout. And I'm curious to see what Zest's tech pattern is after this Mothership core.
Well, there you go.
Both Stargates. But the thing is, even though they are both going Stargates, Hush has that luxury of that second gateway, so maybe Hush can do a bit more damage with these gateway units once they come out. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's really going to be about what these players do scout. It looks like Zest is going to get to the base of Hush before Hush gets to the base of Zest with the Mothership core scouts here. Both players are going to have a Stalker, but I think the Mothership core of Zest will get there first, and he's going to get a full scout of the base.
Yeah, so we'll just see how much damage this Mothership core can do along with his scouting of Hush's base, as notice that Hush did rally his Stalkers not towards the ramp, but to defend this Mothership core, and the Mothership core does take out one probe. Another probe there. See if we can take out the third probe before the Stalker has to chase it away.
Looks like he should be able to. One more hit, and he's still going for more probes. He knows he's got time. There it is. 4 probes and damage and a scout on the Stargate.
And the first probe, not the first probe, the Stalker is out for Zest, and he has to use that recall there, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, also, it looked like Hush was making an Oracle first, but the second he got into the base and saw the Stargate, he canceled that and made a Phoenix. So he's going to be behind 1 Phoenix for the rest of the game here, as long as they continue to make Phoenixes. And we should be having a bit of those Phoenix Wars here in this game.
And also notice here, with the worker count, Zest is 4 workers ahead, and in a mirror matchup like Protoss vs Protoss, worker counts in this early stage is very important to consider. Fleet Beacon.
Fleet Beacon on the way.
Are we going to see some carriers?
I hope so, man. SOS did it in PvP, but I think this will be first for the Onion Pulse Crystals.
Yep. For the Phoenix attack range. What is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
The names confuse me, okay. I just call it by what tech they are. As actually we see, so the Stargate, second Stargate is out of the Zest.
Yeah, it's kind of different builds for these 2 players. Blink and just 1 Stargate is going to be the choice for Hush, whereas double Stargate with the Phoenix upgrade is going to be the choice for Zest. So Hush trying to get more of a ground army, whereas Zest is heavily committing to the air army here.
And it looks like Zest is posturing to maybe take his third in the next couple of minutes or so. As we see, we do indeed see that Anion Pulse Crystal upgrade for those Phoenixes. And actually Forge being put down here from Zest, and he doesn't really have much of a ground army to work with. He's only got that 1 gateway with the Warp Gate tech, and I think the Blinkstalkers might be able to do a bit of damage if he managed to avoid those Phoenixes.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of angle he can get. He's also got to get more gateways online. Looks like both players first want to go for their third bases here. Honestly, you were talking about the Forge coming down here. He's only got 1 Stalker, but I think it might just be for cannons.
Yeah, it'll be for
DTs
cannons
are so popular in this matchup right now, and they're just so strong for counterattacking with the Warp Prism, of course, or even just walking them up.
And you can only have so many pylon overcharges to defend your bases, so having those cannons dumping that excess minerals that he has right now, because he is just spending all of his gas onto these Phoenixes, so always good to have those cannons around. And it looks like Zest is posturing to do some damage to these probes.
Now Overcharge is going to come down here, and honestly, I think Zest may have been able to fight over that pylon, but he's just going to play it safe.
I think he's just forcing pylon overcharges here.
Yeah, he doesn't know where the Stalkers are either, and I'm not sure that he knows 100% like what the composition of Hush is yet. Now he knows.
Actually, no, he doesn't. Oh yeah, there's a blink. Takes out 1 Phoenix.
Yeah, that's a nice patch, actually. Zest still going with double Phoenix production. It's 10 Phoenixes to 4, but 7 Stalkers to 1 in favor of Hush.
I'm not really... Do you know if Hush is actually aware that there is, like, no ground army here from Zest?
Honestly, I don't know. He's got a probe in the 3rd mineral line, which is interesting.
Okay, so he's going to see that generally in this matchup, if you don't see any units there, then obviously you know that there's no army. But there's so many Phoenixes here just picking away at these Stalkers.
I don't know about this. This is really hard to pull off. He's going to lose some of his Phoenixes, but he's killing a lot of these Stalkers, so I guess after all, definitely going to be worth it.
Oh, he's going to move in here and take out the rest of these Stalkers. Oh, no, I have to cancel there.
Look at
Mothership Core.
Gets the Mothership Core. 1 more hit will do it. Oh man, he doesn't get it, but he kills all the Phoenixes. And look at this, more and more Phoenixes coming across. This may just be it. He's killing everything.
As we see here, more Phoenixes just flying across the map.
No defense.
There's like nothing. All the Stalkers were killed. Hush is struggling to get any Stalkers out.
There's a third Stargate on the map for Zest. He's making 3 Phoenixes at a time, and he just keeps on picking up Stalkers. This is unbelievable.
I can't wait till Zest just builds just one carrier to just poke fun at Hush. He has all these Phoenixes to kill all the units, and then there's just that one carrier to kill all the buildings.
The one
of Hush.
slow carrier comes across the map.
And there's nothing here at the third base, but I think he's ran out of energy on these Phoenixes, so... Oh no, he's still got energy. So he's going to lift all these Stalkers up.
There's a lot of Stalkers, but there's even more Phoenixes. 13 Phoenixes to 6 Stalkers, and he picks them up one by one. And kill after kill.
And the only ground unit that Zest has besides Probe is one Stalker.
One Stalker. He's making 6 gateways now to end the game.
Yep.
But like, that's so funny that he's made it this far with 1 Stalker.
And the only units that Zest has lost are just Phoenixes. It's really crazy how well Zest has done this build order.
Yeah, I think it was also an interesting idea from Hush to just say, okay, I'm not going to play the Phoenix War. I'm just going to go playing Stalkers. But Zest like had a timing where he's like, if I have enough Phoenixes, I can actually fight the Stalkers before there's a big mass of them.
Really smart move here to get the Archons out. They're going to do a lot of splash damage considering the way that the game engine of StarCraft 2 works. Those Phoenixes will clump up. Splash damage do a lot of damage to those Phoenixes, but it might be just too little too late with his Archon.
Yeah, he just keeps flying around, and when you have this many Phoenixes, you essentially never run out of energy. So you could just like go from base to base, and you know, just continue picking up. Like you can go from the backdoor base to the third base. How are you going to defend this? I guess you got to keep like 1 Archon. Okay, he's just going to attack. No, he's just going back.
Even if he attacks, you see cannons being built there. Zest is warping his own Stalkers out. Honestly, I find it really hard to see Hush getting back into this game unless Zest literally just moves his army across to those Archons, but I don't think Zest will be doing that anytime soon.
Zest just saw that Storm was being chrono boosted out, which is quite interesting. I suppose he thinks that Zealots are going to be on the map, especially because when you're making 3 Phoenixes at a time, it's kind of hard to put your gas elsewhere, so you end up making a lot of Zealots for sure. But Zest just has enough. I mean, he's got a 4th base coming up here, and he's just making Stalkers. He's gonna be totally fine.
Honestly, Zest can just keep Hush inside of his base with these Phoenixes because there's not enough units on the ground for Hush to deal with these this harassment here. As this Stalker's just going to walk into the 4th base, he's gonna
scouting Stalker.
Yep, scout a Stalker. Don't need observers in this matchup. And oh man, like so many Link Stalkers just being built here from Zest, and we also got that robotics facility just completed for Zest. Definitely wants to get that 1 observer out just in case Dark Shrine is there for Hush.
Yeah, went behind Dark Shrine. Maybe he's like, oh, he could proxy it somewhere and, you know, somehow get back into the game. He does have some nice cannons set up at the 4th base too.
And here's some Zealots here for Hush, but they're not going to be doing anything so far. I think Zest is going for the kill.
Look at that unit count. It's 29 to 9 Stalkers. He's going to have the most money storms you have ever seen.
It's like most money storms and the most jackpot Archon splash hits.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Coming down here, there's so many Stalkers with Blink. He's just going to cancel his 4th. Zest is going to begin poking here. Storm's coming down, but he just blinks out of it like... I don't see the Storm doing too much. In fact, I think maybe even Archons would be better.
I think the best engagement with Zest is just to split his Phoenixes, run into that army, and just lift all those high Templar up. I think that should just be
just lift everything up,
lift everything up.
Just lift literally everything.
Here's a War Prism to add to insult to injury here from Zest. Oh, nice slap there from Hush, but it's only just 1 Stalker. I mean, look at the army count. Ridiculous.
Yeah, meanwhile, Phoenixes fly back in, and they've got a lot of energy this time. Goodbye, Mineral Line. It really just comes down to how fast you can lift these probes up. And he's just going to go for the attack. He can't deal with the Phoenixes at this point.
Yeah, we've got the counterattack here from Hush. And honestly, this is probably the only thing he can do so far, but more Archons being morphed here from Zest. He's got that +2 nearly done here, and this is like the anti-time for Hush, because this +2 is going to hit once he attacks him. He's got to get eaten up here.
Yeah, look at the army right now. I'm not sure where the Phoenixes went of Zest.
They're at the right
they're
side.
Flying up here. Storm's coming down now. They do damage, but they can always just blink out of them. Zest continuing to poke here.
It doesn't matter what these Stalkers do. Zest is maxed out, and he's got so many gateways, he's got so many Stargates, they can just remax so much easily. And he's just going to lift these high Templars up. Oh, that's terrible.
Uh-oh. Goodbye, 600 gas. And coming in here, lifting all the probes now, and Hush is like, oh, I can't attack you and I can't defend. What do I do?
Oh, man, Hush. This has been one of the most one-sided games in the Pro League so far.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely up there, like, top 5. Zest beginning to poke in at the port base again. Hush is quickly losing whatever economy he had.
35 probes.
That's like unbelievable, man. Well, he's going to get on top of this army. Zest, no, he had blink up on every single one of those stalkers.
And we got the Mothership core with full energy. It's going to cost us Pylon overcharges if needed, but honestly, this Stalker army is probably just enough to defend from this final attack here from Hush.
He's like, by the way, I still have 4 Archons waiting for you in case you want to attack.
25 probes is all Hush has.
Yeah, look at the bank for Zest, too.
I know.
Coming in here, the lifts on everything in the back. And oh man, the concave for Zest. Blink and GG. That is the ending of a beatdown from Zest onto Hush.
Zest is best, and that's why we saw how dominating Zest was in that game. I mean, oh man, Hush looked like a B-teamer there.
Zest looks like an S-teamer, man. That's what I have to say. That was just a really, really nice timing where he was like, I've got, I think, 10, 11 Phoenixes, and I'm going to hit right before you get that clump of Stalkers with the gateways that are coming online from the third base. And once he got that snowball rolling, and he constantly kept the Stalker count low, there was just really not much that Hush could do.
Yeah. The main disadvantage of having so many Phoenixes out on the map is that you have no ground units. I mean, we saw for a period of time on the unit tab, you only had 1 Stalker on the map.
Yeah.
So, Hush rather didn't really take advantage of the fact that there weren't any ground units. Couldn't maybe sneak some units in to do some damage of his own. And besides that, Hush got wrecked.
Yep, that's about right. Zest moves up to 7-2 in Pro League. He is still the most winning player out here. And Hush, he wasn't looking too comfortable going into the booth. Well, coming out of it, it looks like he's almost relieved. He's like, well, I'm glad that's over, man.
The reckoning is finally done for him. His initiation has concluded.
Yeah, so, see if he has some better luck next time. But, guys, we are going to jump into Bunny versus Stats for game number 4.